Hello, my name's John Watson, and we're going to talk about the 5 phases and the 15 principles of design. To start out with, we've got formulate, and under formulate, the 3 principles will be message, audience, and sketches. We've got organize, which will be another phase, and under that we'll have 3 principles of shape, proximity, and alignment. And then another phase will be contrast with the principle of asymmetry, value, and color. Another phase would be unify, repetition, rhythm, gestalt. Simplify is a phase, and one of the principles for that will be evaluation, elimination, and communication. So today we're going to start off with looking at formulate, and I'm using message for CareDX. Their message is loud and clear. They edit everything away. I feel like this just really lets the audience know what they're going for, what their services are, and who they're for. Dedicated to transplants patients. Right there, doesn't get any better. When we move on to the second one, it's going to be a bingo parlor, and their messaging is, there's just none. You don't even know what the business is, who their audience is, who they're geared for. It's a map, and it says family owned and operated since 1996. I have no idea what it is. I just feel like when it came to messaging, there's nothing on here that has any kind of messaging, so I feel like they did a really poor job. So then we're going to move on to organize. I really like the alignment of Pizza Hut. They did a really good job. Even the food and the pictures all lined up really nice, very visually pleasing. Everything seems very organized, very easy to see on this website. I think that they just did a really great job. As we move on from there, I feel that National Outdoors and Army Surplus, I feel like they did a really bad job. Um, they really, nothing's really aligned with each other. The business hours don't line up with, location and hours. It falls down and it's weirdly centered over that picture. And to the left, we have the address. I just feel like there's just really no alignment to this. They could have done a much better job. It feels like they just did everything they wanted to. On the next one, it's contrast, and the principle I chose on this one would be color. I really like the use of color in this DeWalt video, or in this website. DeWalt did a really good job. I think on the very top, that bar of yellow with DeWalt on the left hand side, and then it kind of draws your attention with the color down to that DeWalt tool that person is holding, and then down at the bottom you can kind of see those buttons. I just feel like they did a really good job with the color. I just feel like it's pleasing. I think it helps support the brand and that being the color of their brand and their tools. Just really good job with the color. The color really stands out, really sends a message. So then that will bring me to a bad color website, and that was nyu.edu. I feel like they just did a really bad job with that color purple. It seems like it's really crowded. It seems busy. It's kind of hard to stare at. It really takes your attention away from really whatever they're trying to accomplish. I just felt like they could have done a much better job. I think the color purple is nice, but other than that, there's really no attributes that I think make it feel like it's a good website or a good use of color. So once we jump into that, we go from contrast to unify, and the website I leaked, or the principle I liked from unify was rhythm. So this is the Chinati Foundation. I really like how the clouds come down into the building. The clouds almost are uniform and lined up really well. Then the roof tiles, they're all that kind of same pattern, and it kind of draws your eye to the left, I believe. And same thing with the windows, that the windows kind of cap the bottom, and then it goes into that tree, which is an irregular rhythm, which I like. And if you really kind of think about it, it all kind of flows around that text about the Chinati Foundation. I just think when you look at it, it's pleasing. It draws your eye into it. I just feel like they did a really good job with it. The one I felt like it had no rhythm was going to be Craigslist. Just doesn't draw your eye anywhere. There's no rhythm to it. It's just text on a page. I think they could have done a much better job with rhythm and making this more visual pleasing. So once we jump from rhythm, we're going to go to simplify, and I liked elimination. I don't like a lot of clutter on things, so the website I really liked was Nutera. I feel like the designer of this website did a good job of editing out a lot of things that they could have crowded it. It's very simple. It's pleasing to look at. It tells you what it does: protect health and inform, and inform earlier, more targeted and interventions. I just think it's really good, clean, simple. They put what they needed to. It makes me feel good about this company. It kind of, in my opinion, builds trust and establishes some value. The The website that I felt did a really bad job with Elimination was Perez Hilton. They've just got a million things going on. Ticker tape, the top is moving, all kinds of pictures, just all kinds of things pop out at you. It's just overwhelming, and it almost makes me anxious to look at this website. They could have done a really good job of editing out some of this. Even this advertisement, there's just a lot of blinking things going on. The designer would have done a good job if they could have made it, just a lot cleaner, simplify it up, make it a little bit more calming. I don't even like being on this page for too long. It just kind of doesn't make me feel good. So I don't think they did a very good job. Yeah. And so that's going to be the 5 phases and the 15 principles. I just picked one principle from every phase, and that's the end of what I have to say. Thank you for listening.